Hi, welcome back to Yoga with Tim. My name is Stacy. I will be your guest teacher for today's beginner yoga class. You will be needing a block and a strap. If you don't have a strap, a simple belt will do. We'll get started on our backs. Let's begin. So once you make your way onto your back, bend your knees, take your feet about hip distance apart, and just place one hand on your heart and one hand onto your belly. Take a few moments, close your eyes, and begin to breathe deeply in and out through your nose. Noticing the breath, and just seeing if you could make your inhales and your exhales a bit more even in length. Oftentimes our exhales tend to be a little bit shorter. And as you continue to breathe, let the breath flow into what feels like the back ribs. So you'll feel the back ribs expand into the mat underneath you. With each inhale, can you also feel the side ribs expand out toward your inner upper arms? And that way the breath becomes a bit more full, a bit more three-dimensional. Grab your strap or your belt, and you'll take your right heel into the strap, stretch the leg up towards the sky, and then either keep the left knee bent like so, or you'll start to stretch the left leg forward. Okay, let the goal not be how close the right leg can come towards your face. Let the goal be more or less how much can you bring your right hip crease away from you so that both sides of your torso are even, or working towards being even rather. And then check in with your breath again. Can you send the breath into the back ribs, into the side ribs? Can you relax your neck, your forehead? Now bring both straps into your right hand. Bring your left hand to the top of your left thigh. Just kind of encourage that left thigh to stay down, as well as the whole left side of your torso. Gently begin to open your right leg off to the side. Okay, at one point you'll start to feel kind of the left side wanting to go along for the ride. You're just going to pause there and kind of recommit to the left side staying down. Soften the inner thigh. Come back up. And switch sides. Bring your left heel into your strap or into your belt. And again, you can either choose to keep the right knee bent or you're going to stretch the right leg forward. Really let the focus be keeping the left side of your torso long. Okay, it's not about how close you can get the left leg to your face, but rather can you keep space on the left side of your body. Take both straps into your left hand. Bring your right hand to the top of your right thigh. And then without letting the right side come along for the ride, you'll start to open your left leg out to the side. Oh. Take your time. There's no rush. Even here, breathe into what feels like your right rib. Okay, then come back up. Ooh. Release. Hug both knees in toward your chest. Upanasan. Set the bottoms of your feet back down. This time take them as wide as your mat. Your knees are going to go pretty wide as well. Arms like a cactus. Let both knees go over to the right. Just a gentle twist to start. Bring your knees back up and let the knees go over to the left. Come back up. Bring your knees back in. Come into tabletop position. Come onto your hands and knees. Once you are on your hands and knees, I'm going to ask that you turn your hands out just a little bit so that the index finger points more towards the side edges of the mat. Take your knees right underneath your hips, about hip distance, and you can either have your toes tucked under or pointed. That part is up to you. Cat-cow. Inhale, pull your heart forward. Exhale, push down into your hands, push down into your shins, and round. Inhale, pull your heart forward. Exhale, push and round. Inhale, pull your heart forward. And exhale, push the ground away and round. Now come back to neutral. And we'll do a cat-cow moving kind of sideways. So you'll bring your left shoulder and your left hip closer together. Feel how it stretches the right side of your torso. And come back through center. Bring your right shoulder and right hip closer together. Open up across the left. And once more to the left. And then now over to the right. And back to center. Bring your left hand behind your head. Inhale, open to the left. Exhale, left elbow toward your inner right arm. Inhale, open. Exhale, elbow towards your inner right arm. Last one, you're going to open. Inhale. Exhale, slide your left arm through. Come onto your left shoulder. And just take a gentle twist. Press into your right hand. Come back up. Left hand roots. Right hand behind your head. Inhale, open to the right. Exhale, elbow towards your inner left arm. Inhale, open. Exhale, elbow towards your inner left arm. Inhale, open. Exhale, slide the right arm through. Come onto your right shoulder. And just take a gentle twist here. Press into your left hand, come back up into tabletop position. Walk your hands forward about an inch, tuck your toes under, stretch back to your first downward facing dog. Okay, when you get to down dog, you can have your knees bent. I like to kind of walk my dog out, so you'll bend one knee and then the other. Perhaps even shifting your hips from side to side. And then you'll find a happy medium. So your hips will shift back, both knees bent. Walk your hands back towards your feet. Bend your knees quite a bit here, and you can even toe heel your feet out a little bit wider. Bring your ribs on top of your thighs, so that may mean you bend your knees even extra, and then just fold forward. Imagine almost like you're draping your torso over your thighs. Let the head go. Now your fingertips can stay down, or you can opt for taking opposite elbows here. Then grab the opposite elbow. Bring your hands to your hips, bend your knees, and come all the way up to stand. Come to the top of your mat. Stand with your feet hip distance apart, arms down by your side, mountain pose, Tadasana. Okay, your hips will be right over your ankles, your shoulders right over your hips, and your ears right over your shoulders. Inhale, reach your arms up. Gently grab a hold of your left wrist with your right hand. Root down into your feet. Go up and over to the right. Okay, keep breathing into the back ribs so that you don't back bend here. Come back up. Very gently grab a hold of your right wrist. Go up and over to the left. And do your best not to back bend here, right? You're going to want to keep your front ribs soft, back ribs full. Inhale, come back up, reach both arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come up halfway. Okay, bend your knees, step your left foot back, set the back knee down. Point your toes away, bring your hands onto your right thigh, upright your chest. Take your arms forward, and inhale, reach your arms up. Bring your hands down, take your block, place it underneath your left hand, tuck your back toes under, lift the back knee up, root down into your left hand, and take your right arm up and twist. Right hand comes back down, move the block out of the way, and you'll just step that left foot forward. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, fold. Come all the way up. Reach your arms up. Bring your hands to your heart. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, fold forward. A little bend in the knees as you come down. Inhale, come up halfway. And then bring your fingertips down, bend your knees, and take a big step back with your right leg. Set the right knee down. Bring your hands onto your left thigh, upright your chest. Arms out in front of you, palms face toward one another. And inhale, reach your arms up. One more full breath in. Exhale, hands down. Bring your block in line with your left foot on the inside. Right hand comes onto your block. Tuck your back toes under. Lift the right thigh up and twist to the left. Take your left arm up. Imagine your hips stretching back towards the back of your mat. And then the crown of the head is being pulled forward. One more full breath in. Exhale, hands come down. Move the block over to the side and step forward, top of your mat. Inhale, come up halfway. Hands can be on your shins. Exhale, fold. Press into your feet and inhale, come all the way up. Reach your arms up. Bring your hands to your heart. You're going to face towards the side of your mat and take your feet about arm's distance apart. So I like to imagine I have a string on my wrist, and if the string was going all the way down, it would hit my ankle. Bring your hands to your hips and turn your left toes in. Turn the whole right leg around. Okay, and I even sometimes, if my hips are feeling tight, I like to take my left foot forward a little bit. Then start to bend your right knee. Warrior 2. Arms go wide. The gaze can be over your right fingers, or you can look forward. It's completely up to you. Classically, we do have the gaze over the right fingertips. Bring your hands to your hips. Straighten your right leg. Parallel your feet, and we'll do the second side. Okay, so turn the left toes out. Again, I really like to take my right leg forward a bit so that I'm not on a tightrope. I'm a little bit more distance widthwise. Then bend your left knee. Take your arms wide. Warrior 2. Bring your hands to your hips. Straighten your left leg. Parallel your feet. Inhale, lift your heart up. Exhale, fold forward. Once the fingertips come down, you may choose to either stay here in this halfway lifted position, or you can fold all the way down, walking your hands back. If you have a little bit of tighter hamstrings, you're welcome to use a block. Okay. And you can adjust the block to any height that suits you. Also, you can bend your knees. Okay, now let's all find a flat back. Okay, so that may mean bending your knees. That may mean coming onto your blocks. What is a flat back? It would just be like a neutral back. Okay, your left hand's going to stay on the block or flat on the ground, up to you, and you'll just take a little twist to the right. Bring your right hand down and take your left arm up. Left hand comes down. Take a full breath in, and one more time, fold forward. So you choose, you can use your block, you can bend your knees. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, bring your hands to your hips and come all the way up to stand. Okay, step your feet together and we'll find ourselves back to the top of your mat. Okay, from here, inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, step back to downward facing dog. Glide forward to plank position. Set your knees down. And I like to use a block sometimes just to kind of see how far down my shoulders go, but we are going to do chaturanga with the knees down. So once the knees come down, put your block on the highest setting, somewhere nearby, not on your mat, and lower down halfway. You'll do your best to not let the shoulders dip past the block. Come back up and take it back to downward facing dog. Glide forward, plank position. One more time. Set the knees down, or you can keep the knees lifted, but you'll do your best not to let the shoulders dip past this tall part of the block. Okay, lower down halfway, keep your elbows in. There we go. Come back up and stretch back, downward facing dog. Nice job. Glide forward, plank position. Lower all the way down onto your belly. Okay, once you're on your belly, bring your forehead down, slide your hands back so they're kind of by your side ribs, elbows reach back, strong legs. Okay, so the tops of the feet are going to press down, the inner thighs will feel like they're going up, and your tailbone, stretch it back towards the backs of your knees. Draw the low belly in and find Cobra. Now the goal in Cobra isn't how far up you can go. The goal in Cobra is to get a little bit more length. Okay, so I like to push my hands back towards my hips, almost like I'm trying to reach or slide my mat back, and that's going to pop your chest forward a bit more. Take another full breath in, and then release. Cobra, one more time, but this time we'll take the arms wide like a cactus. Okay, so elbows about shoulder height, and then you have a 90-degree angle at your elbow. Lift your head, lift your arms, and imagine like someone's pulling your elbows apart. And then can you get the wrist just up a little bit higher than the elbows for external rotation? Woo! Can you keep your legs strong? Belly in. Take another full breath in. Whew. And release. Slide your hands back by your sides. Come into tabletop position. And let's make our way to seated. Okay, I'm going to sit on a block. You can choose to sit on a block. If you're like, how do I know if I need to sit on a block? Well, if you sit with your legs stretched out in front of you and your pelvis does this, good idea to sit on a block. If you can sit up nice and tall, you don't need a block. I'm going to sit on the block with you guys. Okay. Stretch your legs out in front of you. Bend your right knee. Bring it in. Bring your right thumb to your right hip crease. Take the left arm up. Take an inhale. And exhale, twist to the right. Your right hand can either stay in the hip crease or you can reach it back behind you. If you're on a really tall block and your hand doesn't quite reach down, you can just bind it around you, or you can keep it on your right hip crease. Stay in this twist, but look over your left shoulder and very gently reach the right shoulder back. Ooh. Come back to center. Stretch your right leg out. Bend your left knee in. Left hand, or left thumb rather, to your left hip crease. Take your right arm up. Inhale, find length. And then twist to the left. You can keep the left hand like so. If you can reach the ground, you're going to reach with your fingertips down, or maybe take a little bind. Look forward, but stay in this twist, and you're going to stretch this left shoulder back. You'll feel a little bit of a stretch here across your left collarbone. Then unwind completely, and we'll take Sukhasan, easy pose. I'm going to face this way just so you guys can see a little bit better. You'll be crossing at the shins. Okay, you can be on the block or not. Just check in with your pelvis. If it's tucked under, maybe sit up on something. You can even sit up on a blanket or a pillow. And you'll either stay upright or perhaps you'll walk your hands forward, keeping your sitting bones, which is that bony part, down. Okay. And you'll walk your hands forward as much as you can comfortably. Walk it in. Change the cross of your shins. And you'll either stay upright or you'll walk your fingertips forward. And you're doing your best, whether you're in a tighter body or in a more flexible body, to keep your sitting bones, which my teacher, she used to describe them as like two pizza cutters aiming straight down. Okay, so you're not in front of the pizza cutter, you're not behind it, you're like right on that edge of it. Walk your hands back in. Stretch your legs out in front of you. I'll face this way. Okay, sit up tall. Inhale, reach your arms up. And fold forward. Your knees can be straight. If you do have tight hamstrings, really good idea to bend the knees. Option 1. Option 2, if you have your strap or your belt, you could also loop around the balls of your feet and come into it like so. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, release. If you're on your block, come off of your block and lie down onto your back. For your final Shavasana, final rest, corpse position. If you have a tender low back, I suggest you bend your knees and take your feet about hip distance apart, arms down by your side. Or you can take the classical Shavasana with your feet stretched out in front of you. Close your eyes and just take a few moments to rest. Make your next breath just a bit more full. Stretch your arms overhead and reach your legs forward. Almost like you're just waking up in the morning. Stretch out. Then bend your knees and roll over to your favorite side. Gently press yourself up to seated. Sit up tall. Close your eyes. Bring your hands to your heart. Namaste. Thank you guys so much for practicing with me today. Take a moment to like the video if you enjoyed this practice. Let me know what you thought in the comment section, and I hope to see you guys again soon. Special thanks to Tim for allowing me to be a guest in today's video, and I'll see you guys next time.